Hey all, and welcome back to Bayonetta 2 for the Nintendo Switch. Well, shit. It seems that Loki has gone a wee bit power crazy, whether he meant to or not, and I don't know where we are right now, because as I mentioned in a previous part, my time with Bayonetta 2 ended roughly just after we got into Inferno/Hell, so very excited to see where we're going.
Yes, although obviously if you saw the title of the chapter, it gives you a very good clue, because it is Vigrid, City of Deja Vu.
Ah, I see. Gotta be honest, I thought that was a place we'd been to before, although, I guess it makes sense whichever way you look at it.
Well, that's because Vigrid was obviously the place where the original Bayonetta took place.
Oh, that's why it's tickling up my brain.
And also because I'm pretty sure that the first chapter might have been the second one, pretty sure it was the first, of Bayonetta, was called Vigrid, City of Deja Vu.
Ah, okay. Oh yes, it's all coming back to me now.
I know where this is.
Yes, you do, Bayo. It is Vigrid, and also, when it is, this is during the witch hunts.
Ooh, fuck yeah.
Yep, Loki has somehow miraculously sent us back in time and completely somewhere else in space.
Cool. Makes for an entertaining sequence, I guess, even if Bayo is none the wiser right now. Just a little thing before we get into the part proper. Rich and I discussed what exactly the enemies were in Bayonetta 3, the reveal trailer and whatnot. Well, the proper first look trailer. And apparently the website says they are neither angels nor demons, so they are a third party, completely separate from the other two, which is quite exciting.
Yeah, and that sounds about what I would expect. We'll see what they actually are. But yes, hilariously, we're actually going to spend the next... So, this chapter and the next two in past Vigrid. So, nice reuse of assets there, because we've been to see all these places before. And also, it's a lovely return of some of our favourite enemies.
Oh, bless.
So, if you're missing some of those Bayo 1 enemies, they're back, and you get to have some fun with them.
Mm-hmm. Let me know if there's any, like, long stretches of just combat, by the way, because, it's post VGA's 2021 right now, and it was an okay night. I got some cool things in the form of the Sonic 2 movie trailer, which looks fantastic.
Without a doubt.
Sonic Frontiers, very ambitious, that's all I'm going to say for now. And some awards that I actually agreed with and thought were pretty well chosen, but I would like to wait until like a proper lull to discuss these.
Okay, that's fine. Well, if you just hold off, because there's a reasonable amount of plot that's going to come in the next, I want to say 5 minutes or so, which you're going to want to stick around for, because, like, my god, I was not expecting it, and I was so here for it when it happened.
I like how Rich says stick around, like I'm going to exit the call or something.
It's more for, you know, all the lovely people watching, because I know how those video views usually work. People sit down for like the first 20 seconds and then just like, oh, this is too long, I'm buggering off.
Yeah, it happens sometimes, although a lot of people tend to just leave it on in the background as like a podcast sort of thing.
But yes, one of the things that you'll notice with this chapter in particular, a lot of the verses and secrets are hidden in basically the same locations they were in the first game. So that hidden first verse was a hidden verse in the original Bayonetta. That Umber and Tears of Blood, exactly the same location as the Umber and Tears of Blood in the first game.
Right.
I think it might have been an Umber resting place, or an urn or something, where this Muspelheim was, but pretty much everything is related.
Well, I would expect nothing less in Vigrid, the city of Deja Vu. Hell, why not just cut to the first game right now, since we're reusing so much stuff?
I know, and that's part of the reason why right now is just like, right, since we're here, I'm going to switch to Scarborough Fair.
Hell yes.
Because it feels only right to go through Vigrid City of Deja Vu with our original weapons from the game. Not, that they're going to appear in cutscenes. But this is quite an important cutscene.
Damn. Now, is this Bayonetta or Rosa?
This is Rosa, Bayonetta's mother. Because on the night of the witch hunts, she was released from her prison to help fend off the Angel Horde. And as you can see, she is quite the badass.
Yeah, she's got to be one of the most powerful Umbra witches in existence.
We will be overrun soon.
And she is also voiced by Helena Taylor.
Oh, of course.
You?
So they recognise each other as mother and daughter.
I was gonna say, couldn't, like, an Umbra witch, an especially powerful one, I guess, sense time travel?
Probably, yes. But yeah, we get to fight alongside Rosa. And obviously in the multiplayer mode, and also once you've unlocked her, you can also play her in the story mode as well, exactly the same as Jean.
Very cool.
Which is awesome. And Rose is actually a really, really good character to use to beat the hardest difficulty of Bayonetta 2. Because the way that her attacks work is she basically got like a shotgun, and the spray on it does a lot of damage. The thing with Rosa is that she takes more damage but deals more damage, so it's more risk reward, and you can't change her weapon, but her weapon's bloody spectacular. This is a new guy, but there's our favourite.
Oh, you. Alright, let's do this again.
So we are now going to be going through quite a lot of just fighting, bits of platforming and so on and so forth. So it's probably a good time to go over that VGA stuff if you would like.
Okie doke, mate. Where would you like to start?
I mean, the fact that it takes two one game of the year?
Yeah, that is... I don't want to say, like, it feels wrong or anything, because I haven't played the game, I can't speak as to its quality, but it was up against a fair few high-profile games like Ratchet & Clank and Deathloop and so on, and a lot of people, I think, felt Deathloop was going to take it. I think, like, it was in the cards ever since It Takes Two beat out like 4 other Nintendo games in the best family game category.
I think it's one of those things of a massive upset to what you would expect, because the way that these things usually work, because obviously they're a popularity contest at the end of the day,
Yeah.
is that the big high profile titles are the ones that are going to win out. It's the way it always works. Whether it's right or not is a different kettle of fish, but it's how it works. So for it to overcome that is incredible, and bravo to the team, because, like, that is an achievement and a half.
I actually did a bit of Googling about the game, like, before the VGAs happened, and there was a bit of a stink with certain journo sites regarding the game's, like, story and whatnot, and you'd think David Cage had written the game for all, like, the hand-wringing and pearl-clutching they did over the themes in the story. Like, I'm not going to go into spoilers here, but suffice it to say, the conceit of the game is that it stars a soon-to-be divorced couple and magic, and maybe they'll patch things up, who knows.
Yeah, which, I mean, honestly, that's a really cool and interesting story to tell. it's not typical video game fare, but as a concept, yeah, why don't we tell more of these types of stories in video games?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I don't want to get on my pedestal anymore about that. So, hey, how about Nier winning Best Music, Mo?
Oh, so deserved. That made me very, very happy indeed.
And I was very happy when Metroid Dread took Best Action Adventure.
Oh, without a doubt. Well deserved. Although I have since learned that Metroid Dread is basically one of the least accessible games that was released this year, which is not good.
How do you mean, mate, when you say accessible? What are you referring to exactly?
Referring to people with specific access needs. So, people with learning challenges, people with sight issues, hearing issues, motor issues. Like you're not able to remap controls. There's very few options available. It is a common thing for West versus Japan in terms of game releases. Western releases have got a lot more options available now these days when it comes to accessibility, but Japan is really lagging behind, and Metroid Dread is a prime example of that. If you just want to sort of the full rundown, if you give Game Maker's Toolkit's most recent video on accessibility and games this year, definitely give it a watch, because it's interesting to know.
We're not talking about the quality of the game here, because the game is stellar, but stuff like a colorblind mode, or like Rich says, being able to remap the controls, which is something Nintendo is very hesitant to do.
Yeah.
In their titles.
Which is a problem, but Japan generally is quite slow on the uptake with a lot of things, where some areas they're far ahead than anyone will ever be, but in other areas they are really far behind.
But yeah, we're talking about just accessibility here, and not like social issues or anything like that, so no worries there. I loved the music performances. I thought they were all great. Don't really have anything else to say apart from where the hell was Nintendo, really?
I mean, that's usually the case, isn't it? But maybe they're just planning, because isn't there usually like a Nintendo Direct at like January time?
I wouldn't say it's like a sure thing, but it would be cool to start off the new year with a bang.
Yeah, I just seem to recall, at least for a good few years, that there did seem to be a Nintendo Direct every January, so it might just be that they were saving themselves up for that. Also, it could have been that, they were just a bit miffed off at not having any... Well, they did have Dread up for Game of the Year. Maybe they're just pissed off they didn't have any more up. Who knows?
Well, the best family game category was all them apart from It Takes Two, so...
You never know with these things. It might have also just been the thought, you know what, let's give some other games a chance to shine. We'll have our moment.
I did feel sorry for the people, including me, I guess, who were waiting for like a new Breath of the Wild 2 trailer, and also there were rumours of Xenoblade 3, which didn't happen, but such is life, I guess. Sonic Frontiers, very excited for that. Maybe not as excited as Penny Parker from Snapcube, fucking raving over it. Very excited, apparently. I say apparently, I watched her react to it earlier. But yeah, I feel like just because it's an ambitious game, I'm more invested now than I have been in a Sonic title in quite a long time. I just wish there was a 2D game to go along with it,
Yeah, I think my perspective on that is I'm excited by the level of ambition, because Sonic Team have just not shown any ambition for God knows how many years now with Sonic titles, so to see that, amazing. But I think I was kind of expecting to see maybe a little bit more gameplay content to get me a bit more excited, because all I saw was a massive open world that told me absolutely nothing. So I'm still a little bit cynical on that front, but I have some hope, at least anyway. Also, I think you may or may not have seen a little cut just occur there, and that's because we are coming up to what is easily one of the most difficult Umbran Tears of Blood, and also the one that is easily the most missable. That one that I just caught there, because you can only catch it if you managed to get across that whole area and snag it. Once you have clocked it, it disappears for good. And there's a checkpoint really close by afterwards. So basically what I ended up doing was, once I'd screwed it up, just going restart from last checkpoint, because that doesn't count as a death.
Oh, cool.
Just to make sure that I could get it, because it's like, I'm not missing the damn thing. I've gotten all the Umbran Tears of Blood now. Like, I have come this far. I'm not missing it. But yeah, it's a challenge and a half to guess.
Yeah, you kind of have to question why one of these things is even in the past to begin with. Did Loki accidentally suck it up?
I mean, or would have been Umbran Tears of Blood in the past anyway, but still, we have a lovely fight against this beloved that continues. Should be very familiar as well, because it's very close to what we saw in the original Bayonetta as well.
Oh yeah, I remember this fight quite vividly, mate.
Although obviously that time there wasn't masses of lava everywhere.
Very cool.
Oh yeah, like, getting to fight alongside Rosa is just awesome.
You've heard of the father-son Kamehameha. Now, feast your eyes upon the mother-daughter rider kick. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, it's just the damage and nearly getting completely swallowed whole by all the lava.
Oh, lava. Why do you burn us so? You are so fun to look at from a distance, very far away.
But yeah, we are rapidly coming up on the end of this chapter, and I have to say, I'm so looking forward to seeing what you think of the next chapter, because it is absolutely iconic.
Okie dokie, mate. I said I tapped out of the game at a certain point, not because I was disliking it or anything, just because I kind of put it down and forgot. I have watched a LP of the game before, but this was many years ago, so my memories of this finale, or the last stretch, are kind of scattershot.
I adore the next chapter, and it's also one of, if not the best place in the game for Halo farming.
Oh, you mentioned this.
Welcome back to Grace and Glory. Thankfully, I don't think we do have to face down Gracious and Glorious this time around. It's just these buggers. But obviously, they're still the lovely devilish nightmares they were the last time around.
Did we get a shotgun roughly around the time these guys appeared in Bayo 1?
Yes, we did. It was the Onyx Roses.
Yeah, there you go.
I can't remember which chapter that came in, but we did have the Onyx Roses at that point. They were very good for tackling Grace and Glory.
And, you know, Rosa has what are essentially dual shotguns here, so... They haven't said a word to each other so far. You'd think they'd address the elephant in the room.
Well, you'd think so, but also I think that they're a wee bit busy, and that was smooth, wasn't it?
Oh, wow.
The thing is that you have got to move quite quickly to get over to this platform for that Umbran resting place. But obviously, it's just the finicky nature of moving on with Beast Within. And now it's just like, right, okay, let's get over to this one, please don't screw over. And then it's just a case of it's waiting a bit and then flying.
You got this, mate.
Yeah, at that point it was just like, we were all good. I was just having a moment of just going, right, let's just check, have I got everything? Yes, I did, we're all good. Nice easy Umbran Crow there. One of the most challenging in the game, and one of the easiest in the game.
It feels like an apology for the previous one, if anything.
It probably is. I do believe... Well, one, this area should feel very familiar.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, because this is like the prisons, but also... not quite the area that we will have seen earlier, but it looks very similar to an area that we saw earlier. But in the next room, we're going to come up to the end of the chapter, but first, obviously, we have a Muspelheim to deal with.
Alright. What challenges await here in the other realm?
Kill angels, I mean, that's generally the gist of it.
This is an easy one.
We get to use the old angel arms as well, so I had to say I didn't necessarily pick up the best arms to deal with this, but the thing that you do have to note is that you do have to make sure that you use all of the arms before any of them respawn. So it's kind of better if you can leave the best one till last, which is obviously the arrow. But obviously I slightly buggered it up there, so I was just like... But then it worked out in the end. And then all it takes is a little pole dance. And we're good.
Beautiful.
I do wish Bayonetta's taunt with some of the things wasn't just dreadful. Because while I know she's talking about the enemies, it's just like, I feel like you're talking about being Bayonetta. You're really doing a number on my self-confidence.
They should patch in a thing that says, oh, but not you, Richie. Not you.
Yes, exactly.
Ridiculous. I love how there's like one thing that you had 20 on, and then there's like a couple with 0.
Yeah, it's about right. I have a couple of favoured combos. Looks like that beloved has come back, and it's on fire this time. Although I don't know whether it's properly on fire or not. Okay, it doesn't look like it, so you can just attack it completely and not suffer for contact damage, which is something that obviously was in the last game, but was obviously a really annoying thing.
Not a unique thing to Bayonetta, and something Platinum loves to do, looking at you fire, Leo, in Beautiful Joe.
Oh yes. I mean, I'm glad I played Beautiful Joe now, but it's definitely too difficult for me.
Fair enough, mate. I'm going to assume there's no like special strategies for this guy, just wail on him and dodge.
Basically, yes, and then obviously if you get some of the double team attacks in there, all the better. And obviously, Umbran climaxes, just obliterate him and dodge. This is the way these things work. But I have to say, this was a phenomenally good run of this fight.
Yeah, I gotta say, pretty stylish, mate.
Yeah, I've had a number of runs where it was just an absolute disaster. But this was good.
Oh, this is sick.
Gamora and Labelas bringing it together. And sharing their meal. It's so cute.
Oh, little dinner day. God, this is just peak fiction right here.
Oh, without a doubt.
That was a pretty fun chapter.
It really is, and I can't wait for next time.
Ooh, neither can I, mate. And you guys won't actually have to wait long, because while it is a short chapter, it's coming up later today on HFC. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys later today along with Rich for more of Bayonetta 2. Bye-bye.